of the screen, your friendly neighborhood nerd scum here once again, coming at you with another Quick Thoughts videos. This time taking a look at Plasticman number 2 by Simone, Milo, and Fitzpatrick. So right on guys, let's go ahead and dive on in. We open with Plasticman interrogating people across the city. He's searching for the suave prince, the child he met in the alleyway back in issue 1. And then we're treated to a horribly unfunny find the item joke. Some non-specific amount of time later, we are outside the Superiors, the superhero-themed strip club where Plasticman works as Eel O'Brien. Doris and Lyra are walking out to their cars as they see Eel passed out in the parking lot. After a bit of arguing, they attempt to drag him back inside by the hands, but instead of moving him, his arms simply stretch to an enormous length. Back at O'Brien's apartment, he attempts to explain what's going on, and we're treated to a flashback to where the previous book ended. Plas framed for murder, facing off against a squadron of police. And then, someone shouts out, "He's got a gun!" and the cops open fire. This is where Plasticman finds out that he is immune to bullets. He then engages the police in a full-fledged brawl where he learns many of his other strengths and weaknesses before the suave prince shows up yelling for him to follow. Plas turns himself into a glider and they soar off to the suave prince's hideout in an empty water tower. But just as they're starting to get settled, a twisted demonic version of Batman bursts through the wall. Back at his apartment, Eel reveals to the girls that after that he ran and left the kid, which is why he's been trying so desperately to find him. That's when a phone that is not his rings. It's Obscura, and she knows where the Suave Prince is being held, by the very organization she tried to recruit Plasticman to infiltrate, the Cabal. Plasticman somehow sneaks up on Obscura while he is in the form of a giant crane. He then grabs her by the belt and winches her up, accusing her of being behind all this. She assures him that she is not, but he does not believe her, and he tells her that if he finds out he is right, he'll be coming back for her. Plasticman finds the kid and unties him when suddenly out of nowhere Man-Bat swoops in, attacking. Looks like what Plasticman thought was Batman was actually Man-Bat. Get it? Because he's not very bright. The attack causes the kid to go overboard, but in the last minute, Plasticman stretches out and grabs him. The momentum of the force forces the Suave Prince's long, flowing hair out from under his hood, revealing him to be a girl. This dumbfounds and distracts Plasticman, allowing Man-Bat to get in a good slash with his talons, also now revealing that Plasticman can still bleed. Plasticman then turns himself into a giant dragon to face Man-Bat, making a Hobbit reference as he does. We then get treated to a few lazy pop culture references in the place of jokes before Plasticman reveals mid-fight to Man-Bat that he didn't come here to fight the Cabal. He needs protection, and he wants to know how can he join. And that is where this issue leaves us off. As I said for the previous issue, the artwork in this book is beautiful. The art team is just knocking it way out of the park. The character models are awesome. I love the way that the city is being depicted. And I felt like in this issue, the team really got to have a lot more fun with using Plasticman's powers in cool and creative ways. The writing in this book is not awful. I do take issue with some of the structural components as well as the book's inability to give us a time frame that this is happening in, and the fact that I didn't laugh a single time through this book. However, the plot is still pretty solid, and the non-comedic elements that are being explored with Plasticman's character are really interesting, and I kind of wish the book had more of that stuff in it. In conclusion, guys, this book is not the worst thing I've ever read. As I said with the first one, it's not. It is perfectly passable. This book is... You know what? This book is like this here Plasticman action figure, okay? There's nothing wrong with him. He's perfectly passable. He's a relatively good likeness of the character, you know? When you look at him, you know he's Plasticman, and it invokes that kind of sense of joy that you get as a Plasticman fan. But when you take him and you start actually trying to play with him, you'll find that most of the things you really want out of Plasticman just aren't really there. And, like, if you have no other option, this is a perfectly reasonable Plasticman. But if you have any other option, I'd go with the other option, and right now we do have another option. So, I'm a Plasticman fan. While I will keep buying this book, mostly for the amazing artwork that's in it, I don't think I'm going to be covering it anymore on the Quick Thoughts video. But this week, this book is going to be getting 3 out of 5 GGs. But that's just what I thought, guys. Did you check this book out this week? What'd you think? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you like this video, please give it a like and share it with some friends. That's more important now than ever with everything YouTube's been changing up on small YouTubers like myself. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit that little bell so you can get updates on all the dope content I'll have coming out in the future. And furthermore, guys, if you'd like to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, I'll have the link for that in the description below. Thank you very much, children of the screen. I hope you all have a good one. Nerd Scum, out.